How's it going, everyone? My name is Derek Afasi. I'm the owner of Afasi Financial Group. Today's topic, I want to discuss with you level term life insurance and kind of some different things, what to be mindful of when shopping for your term life insurance and how exactly it works. Now, the most common types of term life insurance is you have 10-year, 20-year, and 30-year. A couple companies like to have 15-year term, they like to have 5-year term, they like to have 25-year term, and could even splice it up on an annual renewable term, meaning that it steps up every single year. But the most common type of life insurance that you're typically going to want to deal with is 10-year, 20-year, and 30-year term. Now, the way that I'm always trying to show individuals ways on how to save thousands of dollars in their term life insurance buying process. And the number one way by far is to make sure that you're matching up your term life insurance for a specific goal. Well, what do I mean by that? Well, if we understand that, let's say you have debt, and let's say this is a credit card debt or a personal loan or whatever that is, and that might be for 9 years, right? And then you have another debt. Maybe you say, I want to make sure that my kids are basically put through college. My kids are 10 years old right now, or 5 years old, and I want to make sure that they're at least covered until their age of 25, to make sure that, God forbid something happens to me, I will be able to pay off their college from the grave. So then that would be education. So let's say if they have, whatever, 20 years left, or 18 years left, whatever that is, before they hit that age 25. And then the very final one is the mortgage. This is the most common type of term life insurance, and this is something, when I purchased my house with my wife, it was unbelievable the amount of letters that I was getting in the mail from life insurance agents, and they were saying, oh, mortgage protection, we're basically going directly through your bank and we're offering mortgage protection. All it is just term life insurance for that specific amount of time that you have your mortgage. So in my case, I took out a 30-year mortgage. So to make sense, I have a 30-year term life insurance policy specific to the mortgage. Now, the problem here lies, let's say if you had debt for, I don't know, let's say you had $100,000 worth of debt or $50,000 worth of debt. And you understand the education, you have 2 kids, and you want to make sure that they're both covered, maybe $100,000 per kid, so that might be $200,000, and then you have a $500,000 mortgage. Well, out of this number comes up to what, $800,000 of life insurance. Now, what 9 out of 10 life insurance agents are going to tell you is they're going to help you determine this number. And they're going to say, okay, Mr. Client, Mr. or Mrs. Client, what you need is you need $800,000 of life insurance. Okay? We're going to go and we're going to place this in 30-year term. And right there, that's not specific to your goals. So if somebody says that to you, first off, I would run for the hills. But you say, okay, listen, I want to make sure that it's matched up specifically. Every single life insurance carrier, a majority of them, I could say 90 to 95% of them, they're going to offer a form of 10-year term, a form of 20-year term, and a form of 30-year term. Some other life insurance carriers, they offer those little niche type things like the 15 and the 25-year term, or the 5-year or the annual renewable term. But if you had the same situation, and let's say it was $800,000 for 30-year term, and let's say that cost you, $200 a month. $200 per month. If you do it this other way, where you say, okay, if I understand my debt's going to be cleared off in 9 years, let me get a 10-year term life insurance policy specifically for the debt for $100,000. Then the education, this will be a 20-year term for $200,000, and then I'll have my mortgage. And the way that you set up the mortgage is you could actually level it off. You could say, okay, I'm going to have a 15-year term for $250,000. And then a 30-year term for $250,000. So what we're doing is we're not trying to pay all of those years, all those full 30 years of that large amount, of that $800,000. What we're doing is we're still getting the $800,000 life insurance, but we're saving thousands of dollars in the process. First off, you're going to save on the monthly price. Maybe the total for all this cost might be, I don't know, $120 a month. But then off of the long haul, after 10 years, you have that $100,000 life insurance drops off, so that cost completely drops off. After 15 years, you have $250,000 drops off. After 20 years, you have $200,000 that drops off. And then for the remaining 10 years, you're only paying for $250,000 of life insurance because that was specific to the debt. One of the things that whenever I'm showing somebody term life insurance, they always assume term life insurance is going to pay out for the rest of their life. And that's not the case. That's known as permanent life insurance. And, there's a couple different permanent life insurance policies. A lot of them have to do with cash value. If you're looking for a permanent life insurance that kind of acts like a term life, you just understand I have coverage from point A to point B from right now till my death. This death could occur at year 110, it could occur in your 80s, whatever that is, but you just want to have life insurance coverage on that. The most cost-effective way that I've noticed with all the different carriers out there is something known as a GUL, a Guaranteed Universal Life Policy. And it's a permanent life insurance policy that does not try to hone in on the cash value aspect, and it'll basically give you lifetime insurance. It'll basically cover you life insurance for the rest of for the remainder of your life, regardless of whatever year that you die. So if you understand that these might be some of your goals, and then you also want to leave an inheritance, a very last chance inheritance to your loved ones, of a legacy. You want to leave some sort of legacy, and let's say that's just $100,000. You could place $100,000 into that GUL so that even after that 30 years, after that 30-year drops off, you still have the $100,000 of life insurance that will still be going to your family regardless of whatever year you live. One of the most important things is, definitely give our 1-800 number a call. 1-800-566-1002. The reason why I say that is because we leverage hundreds of different life insurance contracts all in your specific area. So if there's a really good company for 10-year term, but there may not offer a favorable price for 20 and 30-year term, you don't have to stay with just that one company. You could have company X for the 10-year term, company Y for the 20-year term, and company Z for the 30-year term, and then whatever, company A for the GUL. But what you're doing is you're being the most cost effective, and you're making sure that because we leverage so many different contracts and so many different companies, we confidently tell you that you will get the cheapest possible price with the highest quality company. And that's pretty much everything that I have to say about the level term life insurance. There's so many different ways you can save thousands of dollars when purchasing your life insurance. Simply give us a call. We have strategy specialists that are standing by. We implemented 24/7 customer service. You can give us a call on a Saturday, a Sunday, anytime at night, and somebody would be dealing with your situation. They could help you figure out that number, and we'll try to help you. We'll be able to give you a quote within minutes and then explain kind of how the process works. Some companies, they offer it without having to take a medical exam. Other companies, you could do different things with e-application. It's so many efficient ways, and every year it just keeps coming out with, one company is going to be more competitive than the next. So you want to make sure that you're not just assuming that some company is going to be the best. You want to make sure that it is the best, that you're seeing the top quality at the cheapest possible price. Give us a call. Once again, my name is Derek Afasi. I want to thank you very much for watching this video, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel and be on the lookout for some of my other videos. Thanks, guys.